Hey everyone, I'm Nevares and this is Abyss Guide. As you might know, Abyss is a Godland dungeon and viewed by newbies as unrushable one. Or maybe at least I thought like that. Well, 9 years later and it's no problem. Starting with mobs, there are a bunch of them. Sorceress, Flying Imp and sometimes Brute are the easiest enemies. Sorceress fires weak fireballs, Imp shots 5 projectiles each dealing 35 AB damage, and Brute is attacking in a short spread of 3 shots. The harder ones are White Demon, Demon Mage and Warrior, Blacksmith, as well as Brute Warrior. The White Demon fires 3 projectiles each dealing 45 AB damage. The best way to deal with that is to go in the tank the middle one and deal damage to him, or slowly dodge between those. Demon Mage does 120 damage and shoots big projectiles, while Demon Warrior deals 80, and they both have the very similar projectiles, one is just bigger and slower. There's Blacksmith inflicts exposed and he chooses shot pattern that resembles plus, it's easy to avoid it, and Brute Warrior is doing 80 AV damage in a single shot. Aside from them, this dungeon has floor hazards. Lava that deals 60 AB damage and Magma Rock that slows you down, even with speed effect. While the lava deals 60 damage to you, it's also a perfect hiding place in case you get jumped or you go into a dead end. For example, you rush and you hit that dead end, and there are enemies around you. You don't have any piercing weapon, nothing to clear them, and there's tons of enemies. Instead of tanking the entire damage, you can just hide behind the wall, get some lava buff, and once you get a bit of thought, you can just come back. There are no more projectiles because the enemies will target the wall behind where you are buffing. So, and it's gonna be way better than getting hit by hundreds of projectiles and losing half or your entire HP instead. Since we cleared that, let's talk about buffing in this dungeon and rushing. Abyss is a unique place to rush. Basically, if you keep getting the same square rooms, it's going to definitely be a dead end, or maybe you will just get insane generation and it will lead you to a boss, but it's probably just gonna be a dead end. What you need to do is prioritize getting rooms. Either round rooms or the ones that look like building, like with different tiles. And follow with closer path to the boss. If you follow the building like structure of the rooms, in 90% of situations you will definitely follow the main boss path. Also, if I were you, I wouldn't waste time looking for tea rooms. You're gonna find them easier by randomly exploring rather than actually exploring and clearing out enemies to find them. Then let's get into rushing. First, everything I said before, throw that out the window. You need to only remember few things. From enemies, it's gonna be White Demon, Blacksmith, and Brute Warrior. These three. If a Blacksmith hits you with Expose, everything is going to be dangerous because you will have lower death. Also, watch out for a group of enemies. If you will know how a room is constructed, you will most likely know, even with Magma Stone that is randomly generated across different rooms, you will know which path to take, and you won't have to even look at your HP to see if you can rush further, because you will know that you got hit by one or a few or zero enemies. Also, consider taking weapon with piercing above any other. The enemies that follow you will definitely be a lot of them, and it's much better to clear them as you go rather than shoot in front of you. The enemies behind you will always rack up. It's gonna be way better to have it. For sword classes, I would consider Spectral Sword from UDL. For daggers, maybe Bone Dagger, and for staff classes, any Spell Blade is going to be enough. Also, when you are seeing a room and there is a magma stone on the right, or you can go ahead and go through lava, I will just go through lava. It's much better to just get hit for that 60 or 180 damage rather than losing entire or half of your HP. Also, lava doesn't slow you down. and magma stone does, so even if you take magma stone, you might just get slowed down just enough for the enemies to catch up to you. As you understand how the rooms are made and how to go around it, you will be able to take paths that have the least amount of enemies and shots in front of you, and you won't have to speed into them. That's how you expose yourself to the least of the dangers in the entire dungeon. After all, as a rusher, you're supposed to spend the least amount of HP pots, if even any at all, and still have full or more to take care of the boss. You're not rushing just to Nexus right before boss, right? That's why the dungeon knowledge is kind of important for that. If you want to semi-rush clear Abyss, just take a break before any rooms with big lava pools. Before boss, there's the room, Abyss Idol. When you're rushing or clearing, you will find random different tiles. This is the entry to the tea room. In the room, there are random enemies except for White Demon, which can spawn here. The tea room shoots far projectiles which can paralyze you, and around himself he holds himself with projectiles so you can't EP him either. Around the different tiles there are 8 parts of the arena which he can replace either of any of them with lava. And the arena entrance you can't escape because he also replaces it with lava as long as he is active. So if you escape from him by teleporting away and you want to go back, you will have to do a lava walk. And usually it's gonna be around 300-400 damage on you. He has the same drops as boss. Then, going to the main boss. Malphas is the main boss of the dungeon. He is surrounded by an outer area where 6 white demons are in here. If you are soloing and you don't feel sure about beating both Malphas and the demons, clear them out. As long as you don't go into the inner part of the arena, he's not going to activate himself. After you do that, you can go in. Malphas has 3 phases. Each of the phases has 2 sub-phases, and if you don't damage him down to skip to the next phase, he's going to shift between one and another. During first phase, he is there going to follow you and shoot armor-breaking projectiles, or he's going to go into the middle and shoot you with shots and exploding hits. When you go to the second phase, he grows bigger and goes to the outer spot of the inner circle and circles around it. He either fires 3 spreads of explosion shots or a spiral of shots which deal big damage. For the third phase, he grows even bigger and either follows you and shoots 3 directional shotguns of AB shots, or goes into the middle of arena and fires shotguns while occasionally armor breaking you. While the entire fight is happening, he has minions surround the whole area and walk around it. But as you're done with it, you are free to collect the loot. Lava is disappearing, so it's completely safe. What is the loot of this dungeon? First of all, there is Demon Blade, which works like sort of EP for swords, but with Hellfire mod, it becomes one of the top DPS swords in the entire game. Abyss Helm grants you Party Berserk and healing plus bonus beat instead of speedy. I use it a lot during rushing to heal up a bit of damage. Berserker armor is a DPS armor and the mod further confirms that. And the sheath lets you dash, which deals 1200 damage. And after dashing, it explodes into a AoE bomb that deals 400 damage. This dungeon is also very famous for having big ST drop rates. The ST set is called Magmatic Mystic set. With this, we reach the end. If you think I missed anything, you can point it out in comments. People would probably appreciate it. If you have video feedback, also leave comment. Thanks!